Alrighty, what's going on, folks? This is Matt here for Dark One Linux Tech and Gaming, where this is the fusion of Linux technology and gaming, and we are looking at somebody I've reacted to before, but we're looking at not Linux. Sorry, Linux fans. We're looking at gaming, and specifically the person I'm reacting to is the Canadian gamer and his very many dumb-filled takes on as it relates to gaming. So I want to see what his reasons for joining Team Xbox in 2023 are, because it's not his usual clickbaity title bullshit that he does. So it should be interesting. So let's see what he's actually going to say, if there's any like actual valid reasons or not.
How's it going, guys? Cameron here is Canadian Gamer, coming at you with a very special episode. As you know, I'm an Xbox fanboy, and today we're going to...
Couldn't tell. Interesting to go with the Roddy Piper.
To present to you...
Interesting to go with the Roddy Piper look there, bruh. Any wrestling fan will know what I mean.
I got my little black book here. Top 5 reasons to join Team Xbox in 2023, and more importantly, to go out and buy yourself a Series console. So we got
Specifically the X, I'm assuming, because there's also the Series S. So context matters there, bro. I can't rag on you if I don't have the right context. So I can only go with the context you gave, so I'm assuming you mean everything in this video is related to the Series X.
So we got top 5 reasons right here. Now we've got an honorable mention. You know, you can get the Xbox in black or white. So Microsoft supports an inclusive environment. So that's a runner-up. It's just a joke.
That makes dad jokes look fucking hilarious.
Okay, at number 5, we've got the better looking console. I don't think you can argue with that. The Xbox Series X, and to a lesser degree, the Series S, look more aesthetically pleasing than that hulking, big, massive piece of shit looking... God, I don't know what that is. A modem from 1996. The PS5 is just ugly as fucking sin. A face only a mother could love.
Giving an apt description of yourself there, bro. Given, you know, you got the green going on. I mean, I guess when you want to... If you've watched the movie The Mask a little too much, I can understand why, except for you didn't pick up any like characteristics from that movie. So as far as aesthetics, that's really a personal choice. Personally, I have the Xbox sitting over here, I have the PS5 over here. I think they're both ugly as sin, just in different ways. Xbox fits in better with the more entertainment center look, whereas this thing requires kind of its own area to sit. There's nothing you can do with it as far as like where to sit it and that kind of stuff. Aesthetically, I don't mind the curves and all that kind of stuff on that. Actually, what I hate is these kind of oversized plates. So like getting like some dark plates and stuff. So like if you're talking strictly aesthetics, are you talking out of the box aesthetics, or are you talking like aftermarket stuff? Because aftermarket, you can just replace the plates on that and give it a better looking aesthetic by using some dark plates or some, you know, insert company that's making stuff there. So it's relative.
Number 4, the Xbox console has the better controller, okay? I don't think anybody can argue with that. The fucking controller on the PS5 has the built-in battery, which over time, it will end up dying on you, or it'll seize up, or it'll implode from the inside of the controller. That's why it's important to have AA batteries that you can remove from your controller and put fresh batteries in, because the issue that you're going to have with the PS5 controller is the same issue people have with the PS4 DualShock controller and the PS3 as well. Once the battery goes, you'll start to see huge bulging areas on the back and on the sides of the controller, that's when you know the controller is completely fucked. And at that point, you can't fix it. You got to buy another one.
So, or depending, and this is more perspective on how you want to look at it, or because Microsoft has to deal with Duracell, there's a reason they have a replaceable battery still. Now, if they made it so it was replaceable rechargeable batteries, that'd be a different story by default. But no, they give you the here's some Duracells. We'll we'll keep the option open, and then we'll nickel and dime you if we want to go that route. Because if you want recharge, it's like I'd say probably $20 to $40 for the battery pack, and then you got a charger and all the other fun stuff that goes with that. So that's all a matter of perspective. Now, as far as like the normal controllers for like the PlayStation, honestly, I'm gonna say I actually prefer the PS4 controller over both of them. From a technology point of view, the DualSense has more technology stuff in it, so my tech side is more interested in what that offers as opposed to what like the tried and true kind of Xbox controller is. And it's basically been the same since the 360 with revisions here and there. But as far as comfort and all that stuff, honestly, like me, the one I'm actually using the most right now is the Atari VCS controller, and it's just different enough from the other controllers. It feels a ton better than any of the fucking Nintendo Joy-Con combo controllers. So again, that's all. That's like kind of like the aesthetics is kind of relative.
Not to mention, the new DualSense PS5 controller has haptic feedback, which creates terrible battery life. So, yeah, the Xbox One had an awesome controller, and it was perfected with the new Series controllers.
So the haptic feedback thing is interesting because it depends on how it's implemented in game. But like in things like Horizon Forbidden West, where deeper the push on the controller, you feel that feedback when you're trying to like open doors and hack doors and that kind of stuff. So there's cool little things like that that I actually do like. And as far as drain on battery, bruh, like it's a connection wirelessly. There's going to be battery drain regardless, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it can't be like these controllers can't be any fucking worse than some of the other ones that we've seen kicking around. So it's perspective on it.
So at number 4, we've got a better controller. Number 3, we've got better exclusives. We've got the Forza Motorsport Horizon series, Halo, Gears of War, Redfall, and the upcoming, soon-to-be released Starfield as well. So no shortage of AAA titles on the Xbox platform. So at number 3, we've got better.
I would highly argue that one. Certain games look really cool. So the next Hellblade looks really good, but that's because it's Hellblade and it's by Ninja Theory, who know what the fuck they're doing. Then you have other things that I'm not so keen on because, well, Microsoft and, well, the people that are in charge, Phil Spencer, have shown that they're really good at marketing and making things for gamers with like backwards compatibility and all the other stuff, which is the reason I bought the Xbox Series X was for the backwards compatibility. But what you are not realizing is that they are abysmal at actually putting out a product from their first party stuff that is good. And let's talk Starfield for a second, because I can poke at Redfall all I want. You can tell there was no passion and or want for basically a multiplayer asymmetrical shooter, more or less. 30 FPS lock and et cetera, et cetera. So, a soulless game is a soulless game. This is why it's basically the exclusive version for Xbox of Gotham Knights. It's no passion to that at all. It's just the machine doing the machine thing. So no, it doesn't have better exclusive. If you mean Forza Horizon, then okay. If you mean Horizon, like Zero Dawn or any of that, then no, you are sadly mistaken. I'm assuming you just misspoke, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt there. But no, the Xbox does not have the fucking better exclusives. As far as like Starfield, I expect it to be a typical Bethesda developed game, buggy and broken as fuck. Because realistically, that's what every game they put out is, buggy and broken as fuck. It makes Obsidian games look bug free. That's reality. The only reason those games have any longevity and actually quote unquote get good is because of the community that is on PC that fucking fixes them, which then therefore Bethesda takes a lot of those fixes, rolls them into the game because the modders have the engine as well, essentially. Roll them into the game, and then they take Bethesda themselves take credit for fixing the game when it was actually the modders that fixed the game. It's the only reason those games have any fucking longevity. So I have very little interest in it. I'm totally disinterested in the dumpster fire that is more than likely going to be Starfield. Now, if I'm totally wrong, cool, awesome for those that enjoy it, but I would still have no fucking interest in it. Because I look at the track record of Bethesda actually pushed out games. Like the games they solely developed themselves. And they're all broken. That's reality. So, no. Sony has the better exclusives. God of War, Nintendo has the better exclusives. Insert Xenoblade Chronicles, insert Mario games, insert Bayonetta, insert whatever you want for Nintendo, insert Horizon, Forbidden West, Zero Dawn, whatever, insert God of War, insert Gran Turismo, because people are going to debate whether or not Forza or Gran Turismo is better. Uncharted, the list goes on and on and on. So no. Microsoft really needs to get their shit together when it comes to actually developing their games. Hey, Microsoft, where the fuck's my Scalebound? Can you actually make a game? Thanks.
Better exclusives. Number 2, backwards compatibility. So if you're invested in the Xbox ecosystem like I am myself, you've got a plethora of Xbox 360 titles, and hell, I've even got a collection of original Xbox titles. And a fair amount of these games, not only do they work on the Series X, but I can play these games upscaled at 4K resolution running at 60 FPS. So, and all this is free because I already own the physical copies of these games. So, yeah, number 2.
So, backwards compatibility, I'm going to give him credit for. Yes, that was the whole reason I bought the Xbox originally. I have certain Xbox games that are only available for me to play on Xbox. Ace Combat 5 is... Fires of Liberation is particularly one of them. Really like the game. Backwards compatible. However, some of the games I have are not backwards compatible. Looking at like Magna Carta 2. Can't play that. In an Xbox 360, I actually play it. Which sucks because I'd really love to play that on like something that doesn't feel like it's dragging. Anybody who's played the game will know what I mean. So, yeah, but the library is like 300 games. Last I knew, might be a little more. Still super cool that they made that available and free and available across multiple generations of Xbox. That's awesome. Love that. Sony did something similar with the PS4 to PS5 as far as like if you physically own the shit, it still works about the same quantity wise on the current gen. Now you could talk about, why don't it have PS1, PS2, PS3, etc., and you might have a valid argument there. And I'm not saying that Sony's done backwards compatibility great because they fucking haven't. Streaming PS3 games is a bunch of horse shit. Honestly, I'm not a streaming person when it comes to that. So, this one point thus far, you are totally right. Microsoft has gone above and beyond what Sony has done when it comes to backwards compatibility for all the generations of consoles that they've put out for Xbox. much more than Sony has when it comes to owning a physical disc, putting it in the system, and going that route.
Backwards compatibility, especially like I said, if you're invested in the Xbox ecosystem, and if you're not, you can still purchase these titles that are backwards compatible through the Xbox marketplace. You might even be able to play them on Game Pass as well. And at number 1, you guessed it, Phil Spencer. He's a fucking legend. So those are top 5 reasons to get on Team Xbox. And that's going to do it for this video.
Again, Phil Spencer, great marketer, knows how to be a gamer, what gamers want to see and like and talk about, etc. Sucks ass at the actual management of development studios and first-party studios. Look at their track record. It is fucking abysmal. That's the reality. Whether or not you want to admit it. So, here's my take on whether or not you should join Team Xbox in 2023. I think 4 out of the 5 reasons Homeboy here gave were mostly personal, as far as like no like solid reasons, you know, a couple of aesthetical reasons, a couple of reasons about like aesthetics and controllers and that kind of shit. Phil Spencer, that's not a reason. That's total fanboyism. The only reason I can say to join hashtag Team Xbox is for 2 reasons. And it really boils down to Game Pass and an Xbox Series S. Or if you happen to have an Xbox One X or whatever. Very low cost to get into gaming. That is probably the best deal to get into gaming. Next to a entry-level Steam Deck. Because you get basically like 150 games at your fingertips for like $10 a month. So you don't have to worry about a video game collection like some of us do. And the entry cost for Series S is somewhere between, I've seen it for $199 up to $300, give or take. I think that is a fantastic deal in and of itself. So keep that in mind. Again, 4 out of 5 and the backwards compatibility. So those 3 reasons are really the reason to join hashtag Team Xbox if you're gonna go that route. 4 out of the 5 reasons dipshit here gave are totally just personal preference, and one of them's totally just being a fucking fanboy to no end. So I wish his face was a little bit more green so I could green screen him out of this entire thing. And he talks about only a face a mother can love. I guess Hulk was your mother. And on that note, I will catch you guys on the flip. Indie Gala, Patreon, Humble Bundle, all that stuff is in the links down below. I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.